Welcome back from the break, guys. Every hero needs a sidekick as far as we're concerned, so we've compiled a list of what we think is the top 10 sidekicks in video games. Obviously, not everyone could make it into the list, so if you disagree with any of the choices that we've made or think that we've missed out on someone important, let us know in the links below.
At number 10 is Navi from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Navi is one annoying little blue fairy, constantly demanding your attention during a heated fight or stopping you in your tracks to tell you hints that don't help much at all. However, there is no doubting her bravery as she charges into battles to help Link target weak points on enemies. At number 9 is Kazooie from Banjo-Kazooie. Most of us carry stuff in our backpack, but heroes need something special. Kazooie keeps Banjo afloat through the dynamic duo's adventures to stop Gruntilda. At number 8 is Claptrap from the Borderlands series. Serving as both guide and robot in distress on Pandora, Claptrap always has something witty to say. When he's not aiding Vault Hunters, he plays a mean game of poker at the inventory.
We generate our creatures the same way. I mean, there must be 20 different types of...
At number 7 is the Companion Cube from Portal. In the depths of Aperture's testing suite, the Companion Cube is the closest thing you have to an ally. It kept you safe from turrets, held doors open for you, and generally made solving puzzles that much easier. For all its hard work, you reward it with a one-way trip to the incinerator. At number 6 is Clementine from The Walking Dead. Despite being a child, she pulls her weight in the group and lends a hand to Lee, even in the most dire of situations. At number 5 is Dominic Santiago from the Gears of War series. Dominic has been Marcus Phoenix's best friend since they were kids, and has been by his side since the Locust invaded. Dom will do anything he has to help Marcus finish the fight.
So, I gotta be there for him. Sleep tight, sweetheart.
At number 4 is Johnny Gat from the Saints Row series. Johnny loves to live life to the fullest. A go-getter, he helped forge the 3rd Street Saints from a 2-bit street gang into a global brand and political party. When not managing the Saints clothing line and record label, he likes to go on long walks killing things with his trusty Krukov.
Way too long. I need to stretch my legs and kill some things.
At number 3 is Cortana from the Halo series. The AI that uses Master Chief's head as a USB stick, Cortana is the brains to John's brawn, and calls out enemy positions and gathers intel for him even as her program is falling apart.
Know how to pick 'em.
Lucky me. It was my job to take care of you.
We were supposed to take care of each other.
At number 2 is Elizabeth from Bioshock Infinite. Generally, NPCs get in the way of whatever it is you're trying to kill, and as a result, you fail the mission. Elizabeth not only manages to keep herself away from bullets, but she also knows exactly when to give you weapons and rip holes in reality to get you out of tight spots.
When you close your earthly storm.
And the number 1 sidekick is... Garrus Vakarian. Look out, ladies. Garrus is there for you through thick and thin, sniping Reapers and even Hearts. Garrus is the ultimate in bros. Men want to be him, and women want to change him.
I'm lucky I can say I know someone like that.
So am I. You're not going to propose marriage now, are you?
And that was the top 10. Guys, do you have any favourites on the list?
I do approve, definitely with number 1, Mass Effect. Good choice.
I love Garrus.
Oh,
yeah, Garrus is great.
So good. I mean, Clementine, not important enough apparently.
Well, you were talking about this before, like people like Kazooie, Clementine, and I can't remember the last one you got, but like they're not so much sidekicks as like really important parts of like the story, and I think that kind of like discounts them from being a sidekick.
Yeah, that's pretty true, yeah.
Yeah, all right, but now we have a WG 101 on Quake.
Quake 3, along with Unreal Tournament, set the standard for what we take for granted in competitive first-person shooter games. While it is an old game, first released in 1999, Quake 3 lives on through Quake Live, a free-to-play browser-based version of Quake 3 Arena. Today, I'm going to go through some gameplay tricks to better help you perform in the arena. First off, let's start with the basics. Rocket jumping wasn't intentionally built into the first version of Quake. It was born from an interesting way the physics of rocket launches worked in the game. A rocket jump is quite simple. Equip a rocket launcher, point it at the ground, and pull the trigger while pressing jump at the same time. Since Quake 2, maps have been built with rocket jumping in mind, meaning certain ledges are out of reach from a normal jump. Quake is all about speed. The faster you can move through a map, the better chance you have of ambushing your opponents or escaping from certain death. The golden rule in Quake is to never stop moving, ever. Even in game types like Capture the Flag, where you might be your team's defender, it is better to move in circles around the flag as opposed to just standing there. The reason for this is weapons like the railgun and the BFG, which can kill in one shot. Continuous movement makes you a harder target to hit. Bunny hopping is one of the fastest ways to move around a map in Quake. It is also the easiest technique to learn. While running, press jump and you'll launch forward at speed. As you hit the ground, press jump again and repeat. As you can see, the term bunny hopping is appropriate. This method of movement is faster than just pressing forward alone. Let's look at the numbers. The base movement speed of the player is 320 units per second. Bunny hopping increases that to between 400 to 500 units per second. Strafe jumping, which is like bunny hopping but by strafing in one direction as you jump and smoothly moving the mouse into the direction of the jump, can build up as much as 1,000 units per second over consecutive strafe jumps. So now you know how to jump high and move fast, but what about the actual killing bit of Quake? Moving fast doesn't make you bulletproof, and rocket jumping does damage to you each time you jump. Knowing about armor and health is essential to survival. There are 3 types of armor. Green armor, which is the weakest, only giving you 25 armor. Yellow armor, which can be found on most maps, giving you 50 armor. And red armor, which is the strongest and most difficult to reach, which provides 100 armor. Then there are armor shards, which are extremely common and only provide 5 armor each. They sound useless, but shards can top up your armor while it is being drained by your opponent, making them useful in a firefight. Don't think that you should only collect the red armor. By picking up the yellow armor, which gives you 50 armor, then picking up the red armor, your armor value becomes 150 as the 2 armors stack onto each other. Combine this with armor shards lying around the map and you can max out your armor at 200, making you a tough kill. There are several kinds of health globes throughout the game. Green health globes give you 5 health, yellow health globes give you 25 health, gold health globes give you 50 health, and the mega health gives you 100 health. Like armor, health globes stack to a maximum of 200 health. Don't think that going after armor will make you immune to damage. Armor doesn't completely absorb damage, it offsets over half the amount of damage taken from your health. You should be always on the lookout for health globes as well as armor. Your playstyle will determine what weapon you want to go after once you spawn in Quake. I like to get up close and personal with an opponent, and for that I'll use the shotgun or the rocket launcher in a pinch. When you spawn, you start with a machine gun. You want to find another weapon as soon as possible. The machine gun is great for finishing off opponents when your other weapons are low on ammo, but other than that, the amount of damage it can deal is minimal to even a player with starting health and armor. All weapons are either hit-scan weapons or projectile-based weapons. Hit-scan weapons are weapons that don't calculate a bullet's travel time to determine a hit. It doesn't matter if you're 1 meter or 100 meters away, your shots will hit your opponent at the same time. Hit-scan weapons rely on accuracy to be the most effective. For example, the railgun is a devastating long-range weapon, but if you miss, you've got to wait a second for the weapon to recharge before firing again, which can mean the difference between getting a frag and being fragged. Projectile weapons are weapons where the round has to travel in physical space before hitting something. The rocket launcher, grenade launcher, and the plasma gun are all projectile weapons. Accuracy is still important with projectile weapons, however missing isn't so bad as these weapons do deal splash damage wherever they hit. For example, if your opponent ducks around a corner once you fired a rocket at them, the explosion from the rocket hitting the ground might still hit them. Splash damage can also affect you. Don't shoot a rocket launcher at someone you're directly in front of, as you might end up just as dead as your opponent. Finally, the best piece of advice is practice, practice, practice. The more you play, the better you'll get. The Quake community is really friendly towards new players, so don't be afraid to ask questions on Quake forums or over the in-game chat system. Good luck, have fun, and I hope to see you in the arena.